Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle Wednesday, May 15th on this weird weather outside going on here, but we here. Massachusetts, man. New England. I can't deal with it.
Yep, I'm here with a lot of hair. Gotta try to get me a cut this weekend or early next week. I'm looking crazy. Oh, I'm still spinning though.
Oh, man. Playoffs is fully into. Oh, did I ever tell you that one time I hung out with Al Horford's sisters?
Yeah.
I told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just seen something with him. He was talking about his dad, and I was like, bruh, I see where all them get their damn height from.
Yeah.
They all tall.
Yeah.
All of them. Even the cousins. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you come from a pretty tall family yourself. I mean, except for you guys, because you got your mom's genes. But, you know, it's all good.
Man. Man, I think episode 10's out.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I know from what I've been seeing, reading from people who have watched it, it's like, yeah. It got him. Hey, that was also.
Well, you know, kudos. I mean, shout out to the people who just now experiencing X-Men, because you've been under a rock, and I apologize for you being suffocated under that rock. But, man, I've always been a Magneto fan.
Yeah.
You know, Gambit's my favorite. I'm a big fan of Cable because of the fighting games, but like, why is Professor X always so corny, bro? Like, I felt like as a kid he was lame, but like we understood it because we had parents and stuff, so we were like, all right, he makes sense. But as an adult, it's like, yo, bro, you corny, bro. You a whole lame.
Yeah, my man was on another planet trying to get hitched. He was trying to get hitched. Then after one dies, then he won't come back.
Well, it's because of who died.
Yeah.
If Morph would have died, he probably would have stayed up there. He wouldn't have got that worked up. Man, that's more than me. That's Gambit, man. That's the player.
Oh, they always do Morph dirty, man. They did, but they didn't have no respect for Morph. Leaving him behind.
But let's be real though. What was Gambit doing? You've been dealing with Morph. You've been dealing with Rogue since we was 8, 9 years old. You can't touch your lady. You've been messing with lady for 30 years. You ain't touch her. Technically, it's not 30 years, but in our lifetime, it's about that. But man, like what? I ain't going 2 days without touching my lady. You go years without being able to touch.
He did touch her once in the animated scene. Damn near killed himself.
Yeah, that's my point. Like
I think that's probably why he stuck around.
That's a valid point, man. Might be a valid point right there.
Well, I mean, we see a lot of dudes that in real life, and it's also like the person that they just like, you know, you're like, oh, that's what you want to hang your hat off to, that this individual? Okay, but.
I mean, I get it, Rogue. It's kind of hard for her to be in a relationship with anybody in the world other than Magneto, because you got that. But Gambit should have moved on, man. He'd have been alive, man. He'd have moved on.
She was attractive. We see people get crazy for unattractive people that treat them like trash. So at least she was attractive.
This is true. I mean, she didn't treat him like trash, but then when the magnet came back, they kind of connected.
Yeah, he's the only person that could, you know, that could get to. He was the only person that she could actually, you know.
The negative to her positive.
Yep, that's the metaphor right there, actually.
Boom.
Maybe that's the metaphor that none of us caught on to. Kids, you learn something new every day.
Exactly.
The NBA postseason is, it's starting to get, it's like deep in the postseason. We're getting close to the conference finals. Brunson put up another 40-point game against the Pacers, and I was watching this game, and I just kept saying, get the Pacers off my TV, because I'm honestly tired of watching them play basketball, because I just don't like the way they play basketball, and people need to stop telling me Tyrese Halliburton is that guy. They need to stop telling me that, because you can lose a game, but you can't keep disappearing in games, especially on the road. You just can't keep disappearing and not scoring, especially when you're the guy that people say you are, and you're just like scared to shoot the ball. That's the worst part. You're like scared to shoot the ball.
Yeah, I just think people are just speaking on that off the 82 game, off the 82, you know, display he did, and a lot of people don't realize the playoffs is a different animal. So, you know, he's on his way to becoming a guy out there, but Yeah, you got to show up in the playoffs. But even if you're uncomfortable, you still got to at least play hard and at least just be a factor out there. At least be a threat. Even if you're not knocking them down, just be a threat out there. So I think he's just now learning like this is playoff basketball. Like he's being exposed to it. So I think some people thrive in it. Some people have to adjust to it.
Yeah.
But as a Pacers as a whole, nobody speaks positively about them as a franchise. Like no one's, but especially this year. So
yeah.
I didn't watch this game. I didn't have much stock in this series at all. The Knicks was up 3-1. They had
3-2.
Oh, my bad, 3-2. Yeah. They had 62 points in the paint to the Pacers 36. Like, what are we even doing out there? Then they
want to shoot threes all the time.
They out rebounding them plus 24. The Knicks definitely tightened up with their turnovers. The Pacers had double the turnovers from 18 to their 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Pacers bench isn't doing enough of anything. When you got Burks out there giving you 18, he's giving you more than your whole bench combined. And they had additional guys on that bench for the Knicks being productive. So I just think the Pacers did their best. They won their first round series. And this is, remember, I told you, certain teams, they're only going so far.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is where the buck stops for the Pacers.
I just don't want to see them no more because it's just like frustrating to watch the way they play. It's just, we're just going to chuck these threes up. We got a big guy who refuses to go in the paint. We're getting out tough because rebounding is all about being tough. And there's a couple bigs on there that aren't even trying to get down there and get rebounded. And then I'm looking at like the entire team's plus minuses. Nobody had a plus. Everybody finished in the minus. And it was kind of like, what were y'all doing out there? And it seemed like the only person that actually consistently has played well, even though he don't score that much, is TJ McConnell. He comes in there.
He's solid.
Yeah, he comes in there and tries to give him a boost, but when he's trying to give him the boost, it's kind of like everybody's just like.
But see, I think with TJ, I feel like he doesn't get that benefit of doubt as in like getting to the game. He's a small guy.
Yeah.
That I feel like his job's always on the line. So he got to produce regardless. He got to be steady. He got to be the rock basically for the other guys that are physical specimens that have time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are a matchup problem. So it's like, who do we get to fill in this void?
Right.
Compared to TJ McCollum, you can fill any void with it. I mean, with another player, just cause size and
Right.
So shout out to TJ though.
Yeah.
Solid guy.
Jalen Brunson just continues his great play this postseason, and I just find it interesting, like how many easy shots he's getting. It's kind of like the deep. You know he's gonna score. And they're just like, we're going to stay playing him one-on-one. We're going to back up off him. It's like when he's showing you, you back up off him, he's going to make the shot. And it's kind of like the Pacers are just like, they're just like, whatever, somebody figure it out. They're not even putting a constructive game plan to at least get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah. But it makes valid points. I'm thinking they might not be convinced that Brunson could lead the Knicks past them in the past the second round. But if you haven't seen, he's almost scored 40 points in almost every game this playoff.
I think this was his fifth or sixth 40-point game this playoff.
Yeah.
So you kind of like after like just the fact that he had one or two, you should kind of like be more alert. But yeah, I'm ready for this series to be over because I just don't want to see the Pacers on my television no more. But the way this series is going, it might go 7 games just because the way each teams has been playing at home. And so maybe the Pacers win the next game by 50 again or whatever. But this series is a mess. Celtics, they are a game away from clinching this series and moving on to the next round. I don't know if you've been seeing like just the talk about the Celtics been so crazy. They talk like first people. They're winning the game, but people don't like how they're winning. Their top guys are making plays for them, but people are saying they're not doing enough. And it's kind of then now the talking point is like, if they get to the finals, are they really going to be ready because they haven't been tested? And it's kind of like the whole point of them getting the number 1 seed and having the best record in the league, so they can have an easy path to the finals. That's the whole purpose of having the number 1 seed. And then all of a sudden, it's a problem for them. But last year, Denver beat an 8 seed, a 4 seed, and I think like a 5 seed or something like that. they had an easy path to the finals, but that wasn't talked about. For some reason, the Celtics, everything they've been doing now is like, I don't get it.
Let's be real though. This whole season, what could you really say about the Celtics? They're just looking for things to talk about because you really can't say anything about them.
Right.
No, it's probably the first year in probably even 08 team, they weren't this good in the regular season, were they?
They were. But they had their issues in the playoffs. Because like the first 2 rounds were 7 games.
Yeah, so it's like
series.
my thing is like this is probably one of the best Celtics team we've seen in our lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and this run they're having that started like 2017, 2018 is probably the best run that we've seen in our lifetime of them because they've given them a chance each time to get to the finals.
Remember what I told you about growing up, going to Celtics game or watching Celtics game? I never felt that we had a chance to win a championship or even get close until 08.
Right.
And then slowly the past few years, we've been able to be comfortable with them going into the playoffs because they had a chance. You know what I mean, to be a title contender. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at and I'm like, I really don't understand what people want them to do. They're like, they want them to be in close games. They was in a close game, but it was like, they were in a close game, but Donovan Mitchell wasn't there. Like, okay, he was like,
Move. Remember when I say like when you be having like all these topics we gotta talk about, and you force some of them in there because we have to talk about it. No different than what they're doing with the Celtics, bro. So sometimes like they're just talking because they have nothing else to talk about with the Celtics. So just talking, like
it's crazy.
So sometimes silence is okay. Like it's all right sometimes. You don't always have to have a comment.
Yeah, and they're probably going to win this series in 5 games, which they need to just so they can have their guys resting because calf injuries for some reason is plaguing this playoffs. We got a couple guys. There's a couple guys in this postseason with calf injuries and stuff like that. So for them, they don't want to take no chances. Just close this out so you guys could get some rest. Donovan Mitchell got the calf issue. Jamal Murray got the calf issue. I think Brunson had a calf issue or something like that as well. I'm like, I never seen so many calf issues in just one postseason. I don't know. What is the cause of the calf issue?
I mean, your calves connected to, I think, your Achilles, to your feet. So maybe what you put on your feet might contribute to your calves. I'm just saying, it's a lot of pounding. And a lot of guys have different sneaker contracts, and a lot of other sneaker brands have been flourishing more and more. So I'm not putting anything on my feet. That's just because each company shows they don't put the same quality or same care into their products. So
yeah. Definitely signed there. Them companies definitely got to look into because it's just kind of crazy. Like it's been Giannis too. He was out with the calf.
I mean, think about it. The past 5 years, you have a lot of Achilles injuries and calves now. So I'm associating that with footwear. It's not the shorts.
Right.
It's not the socks. Not the spandex. You gonna keep going?
Game 5 is tonight. One nugget from this. I think they put somewhere. I saw somewhere Tatum became. I think he's like 8th all time now with players to have a 30-point, 10 rebound, 5 assist game. He's like 8th all time with like the number he's at. Obviously the greats are behind him, but that was an interesting stat I saw. So like,
that's dope.
Yeah. I fell asleep this game. I definitely fell asleep, and when I woke up, I saw Jokic going on a fast break dunk.
Yeah.
So they made the adjustments. The T-Wolves were, they had all the momentum, but the T-Wolves, they made the adjustment, and the adjustment was, we're going to get the ball more to Jokic, and y'all going to have to prove that y'all can stop him one-on-one, and they haven't been able to do that after game 2, and he hasn't been turning the ball over as much as he was like the last few games. So I think he had 0 turnovers this game, but yeah, the T-Wolves, I think that like, whatever momentum they had, that thing just went down the ceiling.
Well, for one, I think Jokic caught like 3 bangs that game. I think like 3 or 4 bangs. Yeah, 2-handers, couple 1-handers down the lane. Yeah, he wasn't playing with them last night. During the season, they said they had a stat where like Jokic scores like over 30 or 40 points. They usually lose. But in this playoffs, you need him to score that because the role players really aren't contributing as much. The bench is up and down. Aaron Gordon's the only guy really being productive. I don't like how they talk about Aaron Gordon. Like he wasn't a high-profile player coming out of Arizona. Like he wasn't super skilled. Like he wasn't like 6'10", do it all. Just because he's third option don't mean he's not a high-quality player. Leave him open for threes and stuff. Like y'all forget, like he was like a mini LeBron.
No, I was telling somebody because we was having this conversation. I was like, nah, go look at his high school mix.
High school, college,
like specifically go look at his high school mix because what he was doing what he's doing now, he was doing all that in high school too.
Bro, like, he was a top 3 recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Was he not maybe number 1 or 2? Like
yeah.
One and done in Arizona. Like these people, a lot of people catch amnesia, and a lot of people don't watch. They don't watch the game. Yeah, I swear they don't.
Yeah, but what you said about Gordon, it's like he's a matchup nightmare. He's just a big mismatch because you don't have guys that are big enough to, if he decides to go into post, and he's quick enough. If you put someone smaller, someone like bigger on him, he's just gonna go right by them. And the thing about it, he's doing all this without. He don't need the ball in his hands in this offense. He don't need the ball in his hands. All he does is cut, and he's getting himself some easy baskets, which is opening up more for him. Once you see one goes in, you see he's making them threes too. So it's kind of like, yeah. And on the other side, you got 2 7-footers. One 7-footer who doesn't want to play like a 7-footer. He wants to, especially when they need him to be a 7-footer. He doesn't want to put his back to the basket. He wants to try to be Steph Curry and try to shoot threes all the time. And then he wonders why he gets so much criticism for his game because it's kind of like, we need you to be a big. Like you only had 6 rebounds.
Some people just aren't self-aware. Some people just aren't self-aware. So I mean.
And you would think he would be at. It would just strike a nerve at some point in his career. Like, okay, I have this tool with the outside shot, but
Has anybody said anything to him about it? Has his coach ever said, "Yo, I get it, but like, can you be logical and play the game to the best of your abilities?" Because when you shoot threes and Rudy ain't out there, who gonna rebound the ball?
Yeah. He strikes me as a person. If you tell him, he'll do it, and then he'll just go revert back to doing what he was already doing before, and just be like, "Yeah, I did it for a little bit. I'm gonna go back to do this." That's what he strikes me as a person that does. So, but I think this series is a wrap. It's a wrap. Just the momentum Minnesota had, the defense they were playing is not the same no more. They cut
at all.
Yeah,
at all. They had 2 games where they played outstanding defense, high energy, and then they went back to just being regular, and they wonder why they're tied now.
On the verge of elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I mean, I feel like they had a front runner moment. Because, being a young up-and-coming team, them in OKC, them getting up 2-0 on the defending champs,
right.
thinking that they're going to run them out the building, totally forgetting that they're defending champs.
Right.
And, some people are front runners. Some people only know how to catch you. And that's the energy I got. Because I don't hear much from Minnesota at all now. So, at least still run your mouth. Still talk. It's tied. It's not like, oh, my bad. Yes, no, it's 3-1. 3-2, my bad. 3-2. My bad.
It was tied.
You're right. Last night it was tied.
Yeah. But it just seems like they're getting humbled.
Yeah.
They're getting really humbled. They're getting really humbled because after game 2, it was kind of like they looked like world beaters, and then we got that. Oh, well. I think they got a couple days off before the next game.
And the Nuggets stopped being bougie. They stopped looking at the refs and say, you know what, bro, we the champs. Let's show them why we the champs.
Yeah. You know who need to stop looking at the refs? Luka.
I don't know what he was doing last night. He need to look at his teammates more because he was getting in the paint. I felt like he was one of those, he had an idea, and then once that failed, he didn't know how to.
He didn't have a secondary option?
Yeah, because he was throwing it out of bounds to people, just throwing it to just random defenders. Just like, yo, you got to have a plan B. Even if your plan A don't work in that time span. Like, and you're a point guard. So you have to make better decisions with the ball.
And what's more frustrating is they were in complete control of this game throughout, and then they went like 3 or 4 minutes without scoring down the stretch.
Third quarter.
Yeah, and then even late in the game.
My man, when you got a team, when you got two guys that can score 15 points in the quarter on their own, how do you only score 15 points in the quarter as a team? So they gave the game away. And they shot what, 50-some% from the free throw line?
I was about to say that, yeah. They had 52, 12 for 23, while OKC only missed one free throw.
Then they had 14 turnovers. The OKC's 8. OKC out-rebounded them 40-28. They basically gave them this game because they was up by, 14?
Yeah, and even in the fourth quarter, they were up, and it was just like the turnovers, the missed free throws. Then they had a chance to tie the game. Luka goes 1 for 2 at the line. Late in the game, it was 96-94. He goes 1 for 2, so it's 95-96. And it was just like, OKC was just a more calm team. OKC was the more calm team. They stayed with their game plan. And, Shea, he made plays. He got a big bucket. Then he got Chet that big three to give him the lead. And they got away with the crazy double dribble, though. I don't know if you saw that.
I seen it, but I couldn't really see it.
No,
I saw it, but.
And they showed the replay. I was like, oh. Because I first, when it happened, I was like, I think that's a double dribble. And then they showed the replay. I was like, yeah, that's a double dribble. But
I don't know what these refs be looking at, man. I'm sure we were younger, they missed calls and stuff, but I don't think they missed the blatant ones that are just obnoxious. Like, you miss ones that if you had replay, they would have got it right.
Yeah.
Meaning, at this time. Meaning, nothing should be wrong. Like,
I don't know what's the point of replay.
I feel like the more you help people, the dumber they get, man. Like, legit. We said this for years. If we had replay, there'd be no problems. Everything was situated. Now we got replay, and they screwing up the regular stuff. They calling handballs, kickballs. Like, my man, they ain't nowhere near nobody corns. Nobody bunions. Like, come on. Like, once again, that's what happens when you help people. They start.
Yeah. And Kyrie got to get it going. I think he's being a little too passive. He's been a little too passive the last couple games. He gotta be in an attack mode because they need his scoring.
I think next game he will.
Yeah, because he's been in this situation before. But it's just kind of weird to see him be so passive, especially late in the game, because that's usually when he's his most aggressive.
It's one of them things though. It's like when you're winning and you're in the game, it's kind of like he probably doesn't want to do more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't really know personally, but I think next game he's gonna be way more aggressive.
Yeah. So that series is tied 2-2. Game number 5 is tonight in OKC. So Dallas was in this similar situation last round. So maybe they could go on the road and get another game. Lastly, from the NBA, the Hawks, they won the NBA draft lottery, which this might be the yeah.
They trying their hardest to make Atlanta relevant in sports, man. They trying. Yeah,
but I mean, this is a draft that nobody is sure who even is going to be the number 1 pick.
That's why they gave it to Atlanta. You think they want Wemby in Atlanta? For one, probably one of the biggest distractions. And 2, that franchise ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
The whole state's a distraction.
Yeah. It is. They're talking about the other French guy. They said the 7-foot French guy, he might be the number 1 pick, or even they're thinking about Stephon Castle.
Oh, do Alex?
Yeah. Or some might even say Stephon Castle out of UConn.
He's solid, but I watched that man Alex play.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And it's kind of like if they take him number 1, they're kind of going with that trend of these big 7-foot guards and stuff like that. It's like, oh, they got Wemby last year. Okay, we could get this guy, maybe market him and stuff like that. But they got to get the best player for them in the franchise to help. And they got to figure out what they're going to do with the Trae Young, DeJounte Murray dynamic, because I mean, you've been saying this since they made that trade that's just not a good fit.
I didn't understand it.
Right.
Just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know who got to be really mad? Detroit. They've had I think they've had the league's worst record for like the last 3 years, and they've been getting the 5th pick each time. So this,
And that's what I mean. At some point, just give them #1 pick, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, at some point, there got to be some loopholes, do some things, and it's like, all right, like if you're the worst team 5 years in a row, how you gonna improve? Nobody wants to get traded there,
Right.
so you might as well get a couple draft picks to help. One thing I thought, when it was a league, you want everybody to do well.
yeah,
Or at least you want everybody to turn a profit. You want everybody to be able to make some money.
right.
Because some of these franchises are still in the red.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on with Detroit, especially that franchise. They're like at a crossroads right now because they like don't know what's happening with them. But the lottery is, I believe the lottery is the first 15. So the lottery, the NBA, the lottery is Hawks. This is in order. This is in order too. Hawks, Wizards, Rockets, Spurs, Pistons, Hornets, Blazers. Spurs again at the number 8 pick. Spurs got the number 4 and the number 8 pick. Grizzlies 9, Jazz 10, Bulls 11, Thunder 12, the Kings 13, Blazers 14, and the Heat 15. So I'm sure some of those teams are going to be trading those picks. OKC got like a billion draft picks, so they got a lot of room to build a championship team, and they even get like another vet, because I think they're missing that. Just one more vet. So they need like
OKC?
Yeah, they need one more vet. They got Gordon Hayward there, but I forgot they had him there.
You mean a vet that's gonna like actually play?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Gordon Hayward, but how come they don't play him?
I don't know.
Is he not the same?
Might not be the same, or too many guys at his same position, or I don't know.
But he's kind of already proven that he could be productive.
Yeah. I saw them play him a little bit, but it wasn't much.
That's the thing about the NBA, man. Once you get injured and it takes a year for you to get back,
Yeah.
I feel like you're always playing catch-up, it seems like, especially in today's NBA.
Fact, yeah. True.
They won't even give you the benefit of doubt or see if you can be the old you anymore. They're just trying to push somebody in front and put you on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. And old NBA, they valued vets. Even if they weren't playing no more, they value just keeping them around.
You mean they valued adults with wisdom?
Yes.
That's actually been there before.
Yeah.
That could help keep the team somewhat, not controlled, but
Yeah.
I don't like saying control because nobody controls adults. Just keep things.
Keep things afloat.
Yeah, keep things afloat.
Have these young dudes understand.
Keep things neat.
Yeah.
Clean. You know what I mean? Like, be a
Yeah.
pro. Like.
Because a lot of these teams, the vet on the team is like 25, 24.
That's not a vet.
No, it's not. The dude
At all.
Yeah, it's still a young man. But, yeah, and I mean, that's why we see all these dudes knocking up these Instagram models, because they got
Yeah, fellas, man, you could be bougie, man. Like, you the one with the bag.
You the prize.
Yeah.
You the prize.
So I get it. They look lovely, but understand your worth, bro.
Yeah. And once again, you are the prize. Not her. You.
You know what it is? Because we don't have glitter and stuff on. We don't dress ourselves up to look like the prize, so we don't realize we the prize. Remember I said before, a chick will see a guy at Dunkin' Donuts, she be like, oh, he fine, but won't give him no time of day because where he's working.
Yeah.
Us stupid asses, we'll see a Dunkin' Donuts, we see fine, try to holler. Not realizing that, bro, what am I doing?
Well.
No disrespect to anyone working at Dunkin' Donuts, but, just certain, if you're in a certain tax bracket or pay grade, like,
Or a certain point in your life.
yeah, you get we get critiqued, and we don't do the critiquing.
Yeah.
So fellas, be bougie. Yeah.
For example, I was in Texas. I was at a grocery store. The cashier was very fine. I went back in there just to talk to her. She was fine.
Nah,
That was the only reason she was fine.
yeah, but you wasn't gonna risk your livelihood.
No.
Or you know what I mean?
No.
That's what I mean, like.
No. I went in there, talked to her. I was trying to hang out that night because she talked about she was going out.
This dude totally missed my point.
No, she wanted to go. She was going to the club. I was out there.
Nah.
Yeah, I see where it was going.
Nah, I ain't mad at
That was
that.
my whole thing.
But see, we also just like being around good energy, beautiful women. We don't have to be dating you or nothing. We can just hang out. Like, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Some people can't do that. I think it's weird.
Hey man, it's all, you know.
But my thing is, what are you doing when you're out and about anyways, and we're strangers?
Right,
When we meet each other, we could be cool. We don't got to go any further than that. Like,
You know, some people just don't know how to how to be normal around women. Like, just be normal. Just talk to them like they're people. You know, some people don't even know how to do that. Just to talk to women like they're people.
you know me, bro. I don't even. Once I see you're weird around women, we never hang out again.
Right.
Sorry, bro.
Right.
You ain't gonna make it bad for me. Sorry.
Yeah. And you won't get a text the next day like, don't ever bring that person around with me again. Like,
All my male friends, and I bring them around, there are no problems.
yeah. So, fellas, act normal around women. They like that.
Sounds crazy.
Act normal. Act normal. Like, you know, some people be doing the most, trying to put on a show and stuff like that. It's just like, yo.
Yeah, treat your friends with respect. Don't try to clown your friends in front of anybody.
Yeah.
And keep your hands to yourself. Mm-hmm. That's number one for being weird. Or you can get somebody the ick. That's what they say nowadays, the ick.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep your hands to yourself.
That's our male, female.
Hug like Keanu Reeves. Hug like Keanu.
Yeah. We got Athletes Corner. We got Lynn Tech boys basketball in here. We're going to talk about this season. They did a lot this season. They accomplished a lot.
Yeah, they did.
20-3 record. Won their conference. They won the Vogue title. Got to the final 8.
Hold up, they did all that and had to go to East Bum?
Man, they was the 1 seed.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Wareham was the 1 seed.
Oh, never mind.
So that's kind
Never
of,
mind.
regardless. It was regardless whatever side of the bracket they were on, they had to go deep because the 1 and 2 seeds were deep. Were deep in that, pretty much going towards that southeastern Mass area and stuff like that. So, but good season for them though. Chat, we're gonna talk and then come back. WNBA season opened last night. I fell asleep.
I did not watch.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. And today we got the Lynn Tech boys basketball program here. We got the fellas. I'll let them introduce themselves. You two can start.
Jaden.
A 101. Keith Chandler. Travis Sanchez. Gio Jean.
Brandon Anton. Andy Batista.
All right, fellas, coming off a 20-3 season, got as far as to the final 8. Just overall, just talk about just this experience because you guys made the tournament last year but lost in the first round, and then made a deeper run this year. Just kind of what was kind of the difference in the learning experience from that last year that helped you guys this year?
I really think the only difference was growth. You know, it was basically the same squad from year 1 to year 2, so it's really just learning how to play with each other, learning, like chemistry stuff, and just really we just bonded more together, and that's what helped us. Obviously, we all got like better individually as well, so it was really just that extra year that helped us out and helped us reach that far.
Definitely. And the core of this team, you guys were kind of thrown in there, especially you, Gio, you guys were thrown in there early as freshmen. I mean, how was that? How's that for you guys just to experience that varsity experience right away your freshman year?
At first, it was really difficult to change from middle school ball to varsity. It was a huge difference. So definitely at first it was difficult, but playing with guys like Jaden and Edric made it easier for us to transition. So we definitely got used to it, and it helped us that we started off so early.
Yeah, for you, Jaden, the last 2 years, you kind of saw the progress of the program from before when you got to Tech. Just for you going out and seeing how you guys set the standard and moving forward for the program to move forward, and I don't know how you guys are leaving the program and how you guys are now on the winning track.
It was very exciting seeing how the program grew over the years, more fans into the games, how we just worked harder every single year. We got better from year to year, and hopefully they can keep that going for the years to come.
And you have the unique experience because you've seen it all, the good
Yeah.
in the bag, and you know the process it took. You know, you talk about that from year 1 to year 4.
Year 1 was a lot different than this past year. We obviously won a lot more games. The atmosphere was better. Practices were more fun, more lively, and the games were obviously more fun.
Yeah, definitely. I need you guys to walk me through first the Vogue tournament. Walk me through that and how that kind of prepared you guys for the state tournament.
It kind of got us prepared of what a playoff atmosphere was going to feel like. You know, the difference between a regular season crowd and a playoff crowd is very different. So having those 2 early games before the tournament starts, it already gets you pumped up for the tournament. Like once you play that first game of the tournament, it feels like you already been there.
Yeah. Did you guys kind of wanted to put yourself in a better situation to have a home game for this past season's tournament because you guys felt like you guys had a good season in the year before, but they still had you guys go on the road? Was that kind of one of the goals for you guys to get a home game or a couple home games because you knew how like the system had you guys go on the road the first year?
Yeah, our goal was definitely our goal was a home game. Seeing from the beginning of the season, we were keeping track of it, trying our best to climb the rankings as high as we can. So definitely home games were important for us. Seeing that our for first year a playoff road game is extremely difficult to win at.
Yeah. What would you say was kind of the point in the season where you guys kind of felt like you started to hit your stride, or you kind of felt like everything was coming together?
I think really after it was our second game, we lost to Shashi, and I think that was like a big test for us. We saw what could be our kryptonite, and it was a tough couple of games. After that, we were kind of getting used to it, going we were at each other's necks a little bit. But after that, we just hit the road running after that, blowing out teams. So I think that was really when we started clicking like that and getting our team right.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon, man, you was kind of your role on the team changed a little bit from your freshman year. Got a lot more shots. Defensively, they put you on some of their best guards and stuff. How did you embrace that role? And, what was kind of your goals that you set forward in the offseason that kind of put you in the position that you had, the season you had?
So, for me, my role, I wanted to continue, shooting, playing defense to keep myself on the court longer. Yeah. And they all embraced me well, so I wanted to play better for them. Yeah, definitely.
And you had them big shots in the tournament too. You had the big shot. It was against Georgetown. You had that big corner 3.
Yeah.
The Vogue tournament, you had another big shot as well, if I'm not mistaken. Were you just very confident that when you get the ball and that opportunity comes, that you're going to be able to make the plays that everybody knows that you can make from that spot you were in?
Yeah, definitely. They all trust me, so I gotta.
You gotta make that shot.
Yeah.
You gotta make that shot. Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. Gio, man. Gio, what's going on, man?
Not much.
It's been quite the 2 years for you, man.
Yeah.
How has your game improved from your freshman year to sophomore year?
I mean, probably my freshman year, I didn't have the vision I have now to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And I know our team was based around, so we had our team around Edric, so in the big, so I knew that it wasn't all about scoring this year, so I had to pass it down low to the bigs and get them points, get them scored.
How easy did that make it for the offense for everyone else? Because when you got Jaden and Edric.
Yeah, it definitely took the pressure off me and Andy, but bringing up the ball was still a challenge this year. But yeah, setting screens really took pressure off us.
Andy, you had an injury. Did you have an injury this year?
Yeah.
How long were you off for?
I think it was 3 weeks.
You was off for, what did you kind of see in that kind of helped you? Just watching instead of playing, seeing on the floor, and how did that help you when you got back?
Honestly, it helped me see our weaknesses better. Obviously being on the court, you still see it, but not really as well as you would on the bench. Right. So I think, it really helped me a lot because I saw what we were doing wrong as a team and what I could do better once I came back. And once I came back, I tried to emphasize, what we could do better. And it also, me getting injured also helped me up because it helped Trav get into a better rhythm, which is something we really needed, someone that could score off the bench. So obviously, it wasn't great to be injured, but it definitely served as a good time to learn and come back stronger.
Yeah, Travis definitely. I think it was the first game I saw was the East Boston game when you came in. Had a big impact on the game. Was that just you staying ready when your number was called?
Yeah.
How was transferring from classical and coming over here? What was kind of the differences in how did just you excel?
The practices really, just more intense, more big guys. So it just made it harder for me, and it got me better really.
Yeah. How easy is it to play with two bigs like Jaden and Edric for you?
It gives us more open shots really, because dish it down to them. They start collapsing on the bigs, then we get open shots.
Now you had them pressure free throws. I think you made 4 big free throws in those postseason games. What was any nerves? I know I talked to you about that before,
Just
but
confidence really.
Yeah, in that environment, is that kind of just like the moment that you kind of want as a player?
Really.
All right. Another guy I got to talk about. He's not here right now. Caesar. He was another one. I think he had some injuries as well. He missed a couple games, but then when he came back, it felt like every time he came off the bench, he just did something that helped the team out, either defensively, grabbing a rebound, getting a bucket. That's how key was he for you guys' success?
He was key for us. He was really like our spark plug off the bench. If we needed a stop, he got us a stop. If we needed a transition bucket, he got it. He was just really someone we could plug into any situation. He helped us out.
Yeah, definitely. Jaden, what are you hoping these guys took from this season that's kind of going to help? Because they got a couple more years
I hope
of the program.
Like in the next couple of years, they keep working hard because they're expected to take a bigger step now that the seniors are leaving.
Yeah.
I hope they can bring their program up to a bigger step, hopefully win a championship in the next 2 years, and hopefully just keep improving the program.
Yeah, we got to talk about that Wareham game. I mean, I was there. Drove 3 hours for that. But all that gas. But you guys got the experience to see what it takes to beat a championship team and what a championship team kind of looks like. It felt like in that game, you guys fell early, but then you guys kind of settled down and got back in it. But then it was like just a wave that they just kept coming with the wave and all the turnovers they forced. But when you guys look back at that game, what was just kind of your takeaways from that?
I think a big takeaway from that was the difference between our mentality and their mentality. It really shows the difference between us and a championship team. Like I think we had the talent to be a championship team, but we didn't have the mindset of one going into that game. They came in obviously from the jump trying to end the game, and that's what they did. So I feel like that's something that we took away from that game. They had 10 seniors and they didn't want to go out like that. And we needed to have that same mentality.
Did you guys feel like? Because I felt like when you guys finally settled in that game, I felt like you guys could compete with them and you guys could have gave them a matchup. But where do you think kind of things went astray when you guys cut that 10-point lead down to like 4 or 5 and then they went on another run? What do you guys think like things went astray in that?
Really, I mean, defensively we just weren't there. I mean, we were kind of all beat up. Myself, I had a couple injuries. Edric had a couple injuries. I feel like it was fatigue. We really couldn't keep up with them that well. So it was just really, it was at the moment it was difficult to stay up with them. But I feel like looking back on it, like you said, we definitely had the talent to keep up with them and give them a good game.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that team was they were something else. What's next for you? Any decisions yet on what's your future playing the next level, or you still haven't made a decision yet?
I still haven't made my decision on when I want to play for college basketball.
You got graduation coming up soon, man.
I'm going to make a decision by the end of this week.
All right, you got options that you want to tell for folks, or you keeping that between you and coach?
I'm most likely going to New England College in New Hampshire.
Okay, that's not a bad school. All right, cool. Man, fellas, thank you for coming. Really appreciate you showing up Sunday.
Yeah, I am.
You sure? It was only 12 this past Sunday. It was only 12 of us playing, but you showing up?
Yes, sir.
Your dad showing up?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, because whenever I talk to him, he be unsure.
Yeah.
Make sure he shows up.
Oh, Sunday? Oh,
Yeah, tell him to show up. Y'all want to plug in your social medias before we get out of here?
At AB the point guard.
There you go.
Not underscore Brandon 1.
QG. Trap JR. Keith Chandler Jr.
_the1. You don't know E-Man.
The late one over here.
Jaden Welch 223.
All right. That's it.
I already have my.
Juan, we expecting big things from you next year, Juan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Juan.
Can't wait for it.
Yeah, we expecting doubles and all that from you next year. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. We out of here. All right, and we are back. Excuse me. The WNBA season kicked off.
Appreciate it.
Kicked off last night. Caitlin Clark made her debut. I think Angel Reese made her debut already. I'm not sure if they played, but there were 4 games last night. The Fever lost to the Connecticut Sun 92-71. It was a welcome to the league moment for Caitlin Clark. 10 turnovers. Didn't shoot all that well, but I mean, it's usually what happens when you get to the league. You get that welcome to the league moment. So
the adjustment people were talking about, this is it.
Yeah.
People were getting so worked up, and people were actually offended by Dan Taurasi's statements and all that. When you move up any level, it's an adjustment. You never played on that level before, so you have to adjust to that level. It's not that hard to understand the English language.
Oh no. It's one game. It's the first game.
Which is an adjustment you're going to have to make. I don't understand why people got so worked up about the statements, bro. It's just a lot. It's just honesty.
Yeah. It was a close game in the first half, and then that second half, they only scored 32 points in the second half, so as a team. Yeah. The champs, 89-80. Asia Wilson picking up where she left off, 30 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. With the silver hair, looking like Storm out there.
I like it. I like it a lot. Looking like a mutt.
Yeah.
That's bad TV, by the way. I'm not saying she does. The character.
Also, they finally got chartered flights now.
Yeah, I thought they'd been at that.
No, they were going to. So the league, I don't know who was running it, but somebody from the league vetoed it. Higher ups. They had like.
Why'd they veto it?
Yeah. Because it's not fair to other like franchises that don't have that.
So what? Life ain't fair.
Right.
WNBA ain't fair.
Right.
So.
Right.
Like what?
Yeah, and then I just remember somebody brought it up in the NBA before all this money came in. They was taking commercial flights, and then the Detroit Pistons were the first team to actually have a charter flight. Like they had their own plane. They were the first team. So and then all other teams followed suit. But it was like a couple years ago. The WNBA they had it ready for teams to have.
The person that sounds like a paper pusher. Sounds like somebody who's not an athlete that don't understand that life just ain't fair.
Right.
And you feeling bad for professional athletes?
Corny, but they got those flights now. So, and then another thing, the Washington Mystics game against the Fever, that's like completely sold out. I think they're moving it to like a bigger arena or something like that.
Yep, I heard the.
And then who does Angel Reese play for? What team did she play for?
Sky, right?
The Chicago Sky. Yeah, I think she got a game in DC as well. I think that one sold out as well. So yeah, it's kind of like homecoming for her because Baltimore and stuff like that. So like all Baltimore's coming out. So these rookies coming in, they're getting these venues sold out.
Yeah, man, but I just. I don't know how the rest of you gonna feel about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you doing all this. We've been here. We playing in Indiana, playing in the barn, I guess, last year. Barely any real attendance, and one player comes and.
They better learn how to capitalize on it.
Yeah, hope they embrace it. I hope they don't give these girls a hard time. But I feel like that's gonna be part of the adjustment as well.
One reason why I might think they might not give them a hard time because everybody's pockets might get a little
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Now they all winning.
Right.
But you know how, bro. You know how ladies get.
Yeah.
Especially with this type of. So when it comes to bread, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, y'all better make sure they all straight.
Let everybody get their money. So NFL news, the Jared Goff, man, he got himself a nice extension, and good for him, though. Good for him, because the way he was cast aside and kind of treated out when he left LA, it was kind of felt like that people had the idea that his career was going in the stinker. He's just gonna fade and be like a career backup, and then he's kind of like, made a pivot and rejuvenated his career.
Because he left California and came to reality. If he would have stayed in California and went to like Oakland or something, he probably would have. Oh, my bad, it's Vegas now, but he probably would have been out. He would have been a permanent backup.
If he went to Vegas,
yeah, still might have been permanent backup.
Yeah, but
so he went to the cold. He understand that we look at things a little different here in the Northeast, a little more serious.
Yeah.
A little more attention to detail. So he's seeing how it's going. Granted, they're in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, Midwest.
But Northeast to me, because it's cold. If you get cold, you from where we from.
They get that different type of cold. They got those lakes cold. But the contract is worth $212 million for over 4 years. 170 of that is guaranteed. Yeah, he turned 20. I don't know how old he is. Hold on. How old is he? He got to be like late 20s, I think. And he's 29 now, so he plays this out. He could get one more big contract on the back end of his career if he plays really well this year. He's coming off a year where he was second in the league in passing yards, fourth in passing touchdowns. He only had 12 interceptions. Hey, man. Hey, good for him. Get your money. And he plays for a good coach.
Yeah, man. Gamble.
The Bruins forced Game 6. They won 2-1 in Florida the other day. They've been struggling at home.
Seems like every boss team struggles at home.
Yeah, they've been struggling, but they were able to get that win in Florida. They needed that to keep their season alive. Now they're coming back up here for Game 6. They just gotta. The one thing you talk about the Bruins, one thing that's been consistent and positive has been the goalie. Like the goalie, literally, he's been Swanigan, I think is his name. He's legit been the only one that's been kind of consistent. So hopefully he keeps that up here and their offense actually picks up. You gotta score against these Florida Panthers folks. I don't know what they be doing, but for some reason every time they play Florida, I don't know what happens.
Me either.
No. Jokic, third MVP. Got his third MVP. Puts him in some good company. Big man with MVP. And I know there was a lot of discussions about either him or Shea, which one should have got it. And then I just had to. So I went and looked at some research and see the numbers because both teams finished with the same record. And then I was just looking at the stats and stuff like that, and it was kind of I see why they gave it to him because it was overwhelmingly he was the only thing he wasn't number one in was scoring, but everything else he was just number one in every category. Even all the advanced stats that they used for this, it was he was number one in all that. So yeah, I get why they gave it to him. But it just shows how hard it is to get an MVP.
But it just shows now that they're actually putting more thought into actually giving somebody MVP and actually looking at the numbers because some guys should have got MVP multiple times and
he should have got it last year.
So I'm just saying certain guys in the past, their legacy's affected because you just be giving people MVPs.
Well, Shaq, he's still mad.
Kobe, let's be real. You know what I mean? And I'm not even a big Kobe guy.
Right.
But he should have won a couple more MVPs.
Two, yeah.
Let's be real. They put them graphics on Instagram all the time between him, Steve Nash, all these people, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah. Kobe was a victim of. We won't talk about that, bro. Yeah. Boxing. What we got for boxing, Pedro?
Well, again, it was expected. Lomachenko came up with the victory. Here's some highlights.
Yeah, I fell asleep during this fight.
He was dominating up until that point anyway. In the 11th round, hit him with a body shot. And then...
Damn, his face is messed up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then there it is. Finished him Put that in there.
Yeah, Todd fell asleep after eating some junk food.
Yeah, I was not, man. I was eating all type of snacks. Very rare for me, but.
Stevenson really wants to fight him.
Stevenson?
Yeah, Shakur.
Yes, I mean, he wants to fight everybody, but you know how it is. It's hard to get, people to fight, you know?
Yeah.
Why, though? Because everybody else fighting.
You know how it is. They're scared of him, too.
See, say that. Say that. Don't say it's hard to get fights, because everybody fighting. Multiple fights a year. Nope, we won't see Stevenson.
Peter, Todd trying to say, stop trying to be all political.
Yeah, man, all that.
It's not just about the money, you're right.
Yo, y'all get paid to punch each other in the face.
And Shakur, he said it'd be a good fight, like just like strategy-wise, like the way both of them fight. He said it would definitely be one of the best fights people would see if they actually make it happen.
I believe he's fighting sometime in July.
July 6th, yeah.
And a known opponent.
Yeah. And allegedly, after that, they'll have some conversations. Allegedly.
Hopefully he'll fight Tank Davis after he beats Martin.
Yeah, them two need to fight the way they've been going back and forth on Twitter.
Absolutely. And of course, fight week again. Fury, undisputed champ. For the undisputed championship, the heavyweight fight.
Okay. Who you got?
What do I got? Man, I don't know. I like Usyk.
That is a funny picture. You like Usyk?
I really do, yes.
That picture looked like a wanted girl picture in like all crime movie.
Man, got duck lips.
Oh man.
But that's that, man. So that's this Saturday, the 18th. Tyson Fury against Usyk. So I'm ready for Usyk, by the way.
All right, awesome. We got highlights for y'all, and then we're gonna come wrap this up. Check these highlights out. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're ever free on a Thursday around like 5:30, go down to the Boys and Girls Club and check out the high school league Richie got going on over there. It's actually fun. But check these highlights out, and then we're gonna come back and wrap this thing up. right, and we are back. Oh man, we have come to the end of our program here. First I gotta give a big shout out to my cousin. Her and her husband just had their first child. Came 2 months early.
2 months?
2 months early, right?
Jesus.
Day before Mother's Day.
Is the baby all right?
Yeah, the baby's good.
All
The
right,
baby's
cool,
good. The
cool,
baby's
cool.
doing well. So I was like, baby boy. I was like, oh, damn. Boy ain't want to wait, huh?
2 months is Jesus.
Right. So I told her I'm going to come out there and take him to the mall with me so I could try to get some of these single women. I'm joking. You got any B-Day shout-outs?
I mean, if I had a son, I'd be out at the mall. But I got Maddie, so I gotta do a very strong screening.
Strategic.
Yep, gotta do all type of screening, you know. But birthdays in May, off the top of my head, no, off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't. I think I shouted out all the birthdays and stuff. Yeah, make sure you watch episode 10 of X-Men 97. I'm gonna be on that tonight. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah. Man, thanks. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all. Follow me, Mukala K, LCTV After the Whistle. Mr. Burton 23. Follow him on Instagram. Also, connect with him if you got you hoopers off-season work. Connect with him.
Yeah, holla at me.
If you don't want to be on the bench next year. I'm just saying. We out of here.